that time in the morning, it's just I'm with myself in my room. Then I'm not like a small child. Oh, I got nothing to do, so start writing on the wall. No. Time pass. No, not that. I just stay with myself. And sometimes I say, oh, I have to burn DVDs for you, I have to burn CDs for you. Then the moment I go to the computer, I leave it. I know, I leave it. I just sit. Just sit. If I get tired of sitting on the floor, then I sit on the chair. When I get tired of sitting on the chair, then I lie down. Then when I get tired of lying down, then again I sit on the floor. Sometimes it's crazy. I just keep going through that circle. But I don't want to do anything. My mind is not becoming, क्या बोलते हैं, extroverted. It's just not becoming extroverted in the mornings. As much as I may try. So here it says, Abhayam Sarva Bhutanam. Bhuta comes from the root Bhuta Bhu Bhavanti, to come into being or is born. Thus, all the world of plurality, Maya, the ego, the Ishvara, all are included in this. Meaning, see the words that are used. The plurality I have already understood. Maya means the flux of the Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, the purity, dynamism, and inertia. Then the ego is also coming in the untruth, the non-truth. There, or another word is the world, and Ishvara, the God principle, what we understand as God, it is also coming in the world itself. Lot of people are in control and behaving themselves because they have the fear of God, isn't it? So even that fear has to go. There was one Mahatma, I think it was Namdev, and he was, I can't remember the person, I think it was Namdev, but the story goes like this, that he said that, who is the greatest? And he was taking the name of the Lord, and the Lord was not giving him darshan. And that Narad Muni came. Narad Muni is one of the messengers of God. He says, you think you are the greatest devotee of the Lord? Yeah, there is another person who is greater than you. You have to find out where you are missing out. You may be a great devotee, but this realization was eluding him. So he says, for that final realization, you have to go to that temple, and there someone will meet you. Someone will instruct you. So he went there, and he saw, and he was a devotee of the Lord. Who? Pandarinath, Lord Vishnu. So he went to the temple, and there he found one naked fellow sleeping on the floor, head on the floor, legs on the shivling. Legs on the shivling. And he went into the temple, and he says, oh, papam, that blasphemy, you are sleeping with the legs on the altar. And he was a Vishnu devotee, and he was being sent to a Shiva temple. So that was another problem. So he went there anyway. He says, why you are putting your legs on the Lord? Aren't you afraid? He says, okay, if you feel that my legs are on the shivling and it is disturbing you, you put them wherever you want to.
That is Sai Baba's, Shirdi Sai Baba.
नहीं शिरडी साई बाबा नहीं, हे दूसरे, ये नामदेव के उसमें भी एक, I don't remember this Mahatma's name. And so this Mahatma, he lifted his leg and he shifted the legs away from the shivling. The shivling shifted and appeared again under his leg. Then he lifted it from there and turned it completely the other way, and the shivling came under it. And he tried few times, and then when this happened, suddenly something clicked in Namdev's mind, and he fell at his feet. Please instruct me. What is this? He says, God is everywhere. You feel that God is only in the temple. God is everywhere. Where there is a place where there is no God, You think that if I take my legs away from the Shivalinga, there the God is not? Is the God only in the temple outside? Is the God not in this piece of stone? Is the God not in the piece of wood? Is the God not in this metal? Everything is pervaded by God. In fact, everything is God. So where will I keep my feet where God is not? We understand this right now, isn't it? We understand what is being told just now. But we have to make it into our own direct experience. Intellectually we are understanding, but we are not expanding our mind so that it can abide in that truth. So all that is untruth is born out of self-ignorance. When we become ignorant of the essential nature of ours, the untruth appears. And that untruth is Ishwar, Maya, Mahat Tattva, Prakriti, the space, air, fire, water, earth, and all the time, space, objectivity. All this is a product of untruth. This is the projection. First we become self-forgetful, and that self-forgetfulness brings about the projection of the mind. And that projection is Ishvara, Maya, and so on. This whole, all the names and forms, Bhuta, Sarva Bhutanam, this whole Bhuta means the manifest creation. God is also manifest creation, according to our scriptures. According to, I should say, from the Upanishads point of view, from Vedanta point of view. But if you go to a devotee, if you go to ISKCON, there you say God is a manifest creation, they will throw you out. You go to South India, to the Vaishnavas and all that, you tell them God is a manifest, they'll throw you out. They'll stone you to death if they can get a chance. But from Vedanta's point of view, everything that can be talked about is manifest creation. Oh, but we are also talking about the fourth stage, the Turiya Tattva, the reality we are talking about. That is the scheme of language that is being utilized. We talk about it only to deny it afterwards, so that you understand what you are denying. That you understand that words cannot reach it. We heard the scriptures again and again tell that. And which scriptures? Only Bhagavad Gita, the Brahma Sutras, and the Upanishads. These are the only three scriptures which talk about that the words cannot reach the truth. But in order to get to that point where you can drop it, words have to be used. They are the support. So the seeker, the seeker or the seer comes to understand and when he says Abhayam Sarva Bhutanam Jnanam Ahur Manishinaha, his knowledge is that everything is being illumined by me, the conscious principle. Not that I am because of the sun. It's not that I am because of this world. It is because of me the world is. Because of me